Hello and welcome to another practice game for the OTSL Twilight Struggle Silver League. I'm going to be playing with my friend Ian Glenn, who is in the same division as me. It's unbelievable. It's our first OTSL league we're both playing, and we are paired together. But happy to practice with him. This is not an official game, and I'm hoping that my viewers can help us both by offering thoughts on how you might have played differently, or any critique you might have in general. Please drop it in the comments. And so I am the US. Really would love this hand, I think, if I were the Soviets. So I'll have to make the best of a bad situation. At least a lot of these are in my control. Okay, so first off, I should probably figure out what I plan on headlining. And it seems like containment and Asia scoring are the only good options. So Asia could be useful if I'm going to be on the back foot because of all these red events. But I kind of like containment because I don't have any 4-ops. So I can potentially get an extra out of Comic-Con, an extra out of Romanian Abdication, an extra out of Fidel, an extra out of De Gaulle, and an extra out of Korean War. So it seems like containment's the way to go. So let's kick things off. Oh, right. Let's see if I can change my animation speeds real quick. Just one moment. There we go. So because I'm going to be opening with containment, probably no reason to do any kind of fancy setup. So I'm going to try the old 4-4-2. Oh, and yeah, I'm going to be using the card tracker. So I guess I should probably put my hand in now. Containment's going to be removed from the game. Okay, I'm back. Let's do it. Commit.
Да здравствует наша славная Родина, ее свобода, ее независимость. Под знаменем Ленина вперед, победа!
Ian actually had a turn 4 victory in his first league match, so he's definitely got some momentum behind him. We'll see what happens when an unstoppable force meets an unmovable object. I like that he's thinking this hard. Okay, Europe scoring. That's going to make De Gaulle... I'm not as happy about De Gaulle being in my hand with Europe scoring. A contained De Gaulle, no less, would have been great under different circumstances. Okay, so we're seeing NORAD. Where's it going? Okay, I mean, we can live with that, I think. We'll try to remember to get some influence into Canada if we can. Notably, since the opening coup was with NORAD, we can probably determine a lot of things from that. Like, we could probably safely say that that our opponent doesn't have Warsaw Pact. We can probably safely say that they don't have Suez. And the reason I say that is just because it would be so much better to coup with those cards, in my opinion. But I could be overthinking things. So, it's time to play our action round. And we could try to get out of Asia, or we could try to dominate Asia. Dominating Asia would involve not losing the Korean War and getting a successful coup in Iran. So, if we want a successful coup in Iran, we're probably going to have to use Fidel or Comecon. And then we'll have to move into Pakistan. And I guess there's also the move to Malaysia as well. So I'm not scared about going into Malaysia because our opponent probably would have done their opening coup with duck and cover if they had it. So I think moving into Malaysia is good, but I can't do it at the same time as I coup Iran. So definitely going to be coupping Iran. Just trying to determine how many ops I'm going to need to dominate Asia after that. So I'm going to need 1 in Malaysia, 2 in Thailand, and 2 in Pakistan. And then that's not including any ops I get from the Korean War card. So that's 5 ops. And I could get those 5 ops, 3 from Fidel and 2 from Romanian abdication. So I think it's safe to not score Asia now. And I'm going to try to coup with Comecon because I think I'll have enough ops to dominate Asia. But I do have other concerns, right? Like, I'll still want to go into Egypt. So maybe I should coup with Fidel. Let's see what the odds are here. I know I could just do the math in my head, but... So we would probably want a 4 or better with Fidel, and I don't like... Those odds aren't good enough for me, so... Egypt might just have to wait. And so we're going to use Comecon now to coup Iran. Certainly took enough time thinking about that. And yeah, we'll take that. We'll take a 3. And we're feeling very good that we didn't use Fidel here. We're feeling a little dumb that we didn't event first, but this is irrelevant, but just kind of a rule of thumb kind of thing. But yeah, the fact that our opponent opened with a coup in NORAD, a NORAD coup, really makes me think that we don't have a tough turn ahead of us. That this plan to dominate Asia isn't going to backfire. But we'll see if I'm right or not. Oh, here's the China card. Wow. Oh. Okay. All right. So, what does that mean for us? That means we're definitely not going to get Pakistan, so there's no way we can dominate Asia. So it's probably good to get out now. The question is there something more pressing, like putting 2 in Egypt or putting 1 in Malaysia? And if we did that, could our opponent easily dominate Asia in the next action round. So like, let's say they go into Pakistan. I don't think that they have the ops to go into Pakistan and Afghanistan, which is the only way I see us getting dominated here. So I think it's necessary to get into Malaysia and probably Lebanon and Egypt too if we can. So what are the priorities here? We know we suspect our opponent doesn't have Suez, and I think I'm supposed to have that inform my decision. Would our opponent have headlined Vietnam revolts if they had it? Is decall on its way? I think there's some potential for decall to be on its way, so Malaysia is definitely happening. Question is, Egypt or Lebanon? Well, considering we lost Iran, no, I don't think my opponent has Nasser. So that means we just need 2 ops here. Although we could go into Jordan, but I don't like doing that because of the 3rd in Iran. I think if there were 2 in Iran, I'd kind of like going into Jordan. My rationale being that from Jordan I can go into Iraq, and then I can crack Iran to get access to Pakistan. But if putting 2 ops into Iran just to get influence to Pakistan doesn't even force my opponent to react, that just seems really bad. So no, not going to go into Jordan. Yeah, Malaysia, Lebanon with Romanian abdication is what I'm thinking right now. So let's just see. Is there anything else super pressing? I mean, obviously our opponent will probably get an extra point out of Pakistan from this line, but I just don't want to risk giving them Thailand and Lebanon, right? Like, so I think I'm not going to think too much more about it. Okay, so if I event the Korean War and I lose, I give them Korea. If I win, I'll have 3 ops, which won't be enough to take Korea outright. But it seems like they won't have enough influence to flip it either at that point. If I score Asia now, I have no chance of holding Korea. So I'm going to do that. I know that, I really am running out of time to play De Gaulle and score Asia, but let's do it. I think there are a lot of circumstances where, you know what? Maybe I should have spaced Romanian. Yeah, should have spaced Romanian, I think. Okay. Yeah, probably should have used Fidel for ops and spaced Romanian. All right. Big money, big money. Oh well. So let's see. Now our opponents can move into Afghanistan and dominate us. That sucks. So let's prepare for that. They'll have 3 countries if they go into Afghanistan. So we'll need 3. And I feel like I should just do it now. Like, obviously it'd be great to go into Angola, but if I don't just take Indonesia now and our opponent goes into Afghanistan, then we'll have to take yet another action round to respond to that. So obviously, feels bad losing that war, and them's the breaks. CNS from our opponent. I am very happy, though, that we have the China card. And since our opponent had CNS, not feeling as bad about having used Romanian instead of Fidel there, because I wouldn't have spaced until now anyway, and that would have been a lot less exciting at this point. However, there is probably some rationale to just slamming Fidel as soon as DEFCON hits 2. Didn't think about that, but yeah, our opponent could be holding CIA, and they might be able to get out of it here. So we're going to be using Fidel for ops, I think, next. And we're going to want 1 in Thailand and 2 in Egypt, I think. Would love to get into Angola, but maybe not, actually. Maybe it's too little too late for Angola, and we're just giving our opponent a good coup target next turn. I was thinking Thailand, but now I'm thinking Laos and just get another Thailand in with de Gaulle. This won't take France outright, but Europe's already scored, and we still want some potential Truman value, if possible, so... Yeah, it would be nice to get guys into Canada, too. But... yeah, I don't think it's going to happen this turn. Hopefully our opponent plays special or something. Oh, Defectors is gone. Yeah, because Defectors is gone, our opponent will absolutely headline decall if they draw it, so... As much as I'd like to go into Burma or, I don't know, somewhere else, this is the move, I think.
The seeds of totalitarian regimes are nurtured by misery and want. They spread and grow in the evil soil of poverty and strife.
All right, let me put these cards in.
They reach their full growth when the hope of a people for a better life has died.
What does this mean? Does this mean we're playing China? I think this means we're playing China. Be sure to leave a comment as to whether you would play China here. Because I don't want D-Stall to go into the discard pile. And Falcon cover is worth 3 points, which is usually pretty good. But if we duck and cover and our opponent headlines Nasser, then we're giving them Libya. Not to mention probably giving up all hope on India if we do that. So I know it's really unexciting, but I think I'm going to go with IP War. Because I'm going to end up doing it later for Milops anyway. We can space Arab-Israeli. And if we win, yeah, our opponent's going to have some issues. Yeah, and we're playing the China card anyway, so we'd love to get access to these to this region and act around sooner. Okay, glad I didn't do duck and cover. The fight for Libya is still on. Please, big money, big money. Okay, feeling good about this. If our opponent coups, I might not space Arab-Israeli. Boy, that Kashmir region, I tell you what. Alright, just saying this out loud to remind myself that I want to get 2 into Canada at some point in this turn. There's a race to Libya. There's a race to Algeria. All right, so as long as our opponent, as long as we always have 2 more than our opponent does in France, they're going to have to hold Truman for like a ridiculous amount of time. So let's just put 2 in France and see how long we can play this crazy game. So, Algeria or Libya? I think Libya, because the old order of the scoring cards matters kind of thing. I would like to force my opponent to hold Truman for a long time. I could have cooed there and then Arab-Israeli to deny the mill ops, but I don't want to give up France that easily. And maybe I should have gone with Algeria simply because Libya is only worth 1 point. It's not doing anything for me as far as turning off a domination. But it's 1 point now. And Algeria is a long time from now. Decent coup for our opponent. So what can we do about the Middle East? I mean, if we fight them on country count, yeah, so we could go 2 into Jordan right now, but if they put 2 in Saudi Arabia, we're committing to like a massive ops war. I do appear to have more ops than them, though. I hate putting 2 in Jordan, though, because Camp David Accords gets like a little less efficient. All right, so I put, let's say I use let's say I put 2 into Jordan in event Arab-Israeli. They will put 2 into Saudi Arabia. And then what would I do at that point? Like put 4 into Iraq. And then they put 1 into Saudi Arabia and however many more they can. Like, so let's say 1 more into Iraq. Iraq will be at 4-3. Then I'll have to put 2 more into Iraq. And I'm just going to get super hosed by Muslims. So I'm just going to abandon Middle East. So other things we could do. I don't want to try to fight over Egypt. I'm going to lose Sadat value from that. So I think I'm just going to go Algeria, Pakistan, India. Maybe I should just use the China card and let Algeria wait. I think I'll do that. Since we're giving our opponent the China card, we'll eventually need one in Pakistan. So now we have 4 action rounds left, and we won't have to play blockade or space destall. So that's why I'm really, really happy that our opponent used the China card on turn 1. They got us out of a major pickle. So now we need to think about... that's quite good. Though I'm glad our opponent didn't place in Algeria. If I were them, I would have put that in Algeria. Okay, so we need 2 in Algeria, 2 in Canada, I think, is the way. And then we should easily have enough ops to protect France if our opponent pushes France. And now, if Truman doesn't work, if we don't see Truman, I think France is still going to be pretty fine. I guess we'll need to worry about Suez. Yeah, Suez could be a real problem. Suez could be a real problem. All right, so our opponent evented decall. I used NATO. Have we seen Olympic Games yet? Yep. Forgettable card. Just still Truman baiting. Maybe that should have gone into Lao. I don't know. Our opponent will have the China card next turn if they want to, space Japan and China. Japan. Not a lot we're going to be able to do about it. So if our opponent's holding CIA and Truman, That could be pretty good for us. So I think I'm gonna hold off on. I'm gonna hold off on Suez protection for one more action round. Of course, our opponent could put everything they have left into France on the next action round. Yeah, so this is the kind of situation where I think it's correct to put a guy in France, but I just feel like my instincts are telling me this risk is manageable. So I'm going to follow my instincts because I'm an anime character. A real-life anime. Talking to you through the internet. All right, Ian, what are you cooking up? UN intervention. Oh, for influence. Okay, hype. Okay. I thought it was going to be like Marshall Plan. Oh, I was worried. Okay, so we're hoping to draw Truman. We're hoping to draw Red Scare Purge. And we're hoping to not draw CIA. Now, okay, so like let's say we leave it at this. If our opponent headlines Suez, yeah, then we're just handing them France. So, as much as I want to keep playing this Truman game, I'm just going to protect against Suez and socialist governments, not to mention. Yeah, I don't know why I hadn't been bringing that up as well. I mean, yeah, France is looking weak, actually, so.
So my country's purpose is to help us move out of the dark chamber of horrors into the light.
Give us Red Scare
Purge.
Purge.
By which the minds of men, the
Red
hopes
Scare
of
Purge.
men, the souls of men everywhere.
Yes! We got it. All right.
And happiness and well-being.
Let's see here. Okay, so we got Sokovs. And Suez. Dang it. Dang it. They got Truman. And, oh well. Dang. We got Sokovs and Suez. And they got Truman. Dang. Okay, so now this is when I hit the Riyadh discard. Or no, this is when yeah. So our opponent's holding CIA, Independent Reds, Marshall Plan, Cambridge 5, Truman, and US JDF. And we're getting Olympic Games and nuclear test ban, so I probably messed up somewhere along the way on the card tracking. CIA and Truman won't be affected by Red Scare Purge. If we 5-year plan and we hit, I don't know, US, Japan, Marshall, those could be good hits. But we could also hit CIA, and that would be bad. So yeah. Oh, yeah. We love to see it. Oh, man. Just thinking about our opponent right now.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Okay, where are we going to put this influence? Should I just put it in Egypt? Sadat be damned. Our opponent did coup Libya instead of Algeria, so they might have Middle East. I hate to make Sadat a dead card, but I fail to see how we could... Yeah, I'm just going to do this. And do we need to make any kind of tempo plays with an extra op? No, we're dominating every region, which is great. Do we need to hold on to something for region's sake? No. So now if we control Israel, if we're immune to Arab-Israeli, I think. And we have to get into Mexico. And Portugal would be probably unnecessary, but I don't know if I want to leave a brush war Italy at 50% if I can avoid it. For that same reason that I might want to put some influence in Portugal, I might want to take Malaysia. Maybe even Afghanistan. It's really bad to take non-battlegrounds, though. But, like, I could just be so immune to brush war, you know? I could just be so... Like, they'd have to brush war Egypt, you know? That's not a great brush war target. But there's also very real possibility that I draw brush war, or that, you know, by the time it is drawn, all of these best laid plans are no longer relevant. I feel like I have an embarrassment of riches. I don't know what to do with all these ops. Maybe Greece is better than Portugal because it gives me access to Turkey. I mean, that's a really small thing. Where else can I go, though, right? It's just like, get a guy into Mexico. That's by the end of the turn. Take Israel, maybe. I guess... Yeah, I don't know what's most important here. I feel like I'm already in the point of the turn where I'm just doing homework. So I kind of want to be a little reactive, but I feel like the most important homework to be done is Mexico. So maybe I just get that out of the way and then see what our opponent does. And if they take Greece, will it be that bad? I feel like it could be, right? No, because they're holding independent reds. And they already spaced. So I don't think them taking Greece is so bad. They're holding Truman, too. They're going to want to do Truman before independent reds. What about Afghanistan? Does oh, yeah, no, don't take Afghanistan. It is the graveyard of empires. If you take Afghanistan, you forfeit the game. Okay, so let's not lose on time. How about that? This is the real strategy of Twilight Struggle. This is the big brain plays where you make a play so that you don't lose on time. It's just so fun to deliberate, don't you think? I do. Man, our opponent...
He needs some milk!
No, actually, he's doing fine. He's ahead on the score track. He's doing great in Africa. Oh, yeah, you know, maybe I need to just slam Angola. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I should do. That's what I should do. I should slam Angola. But then our opponent places influence in South Africa, so maybe I wait a little bit, try to catch them when they're not doing so hot. Bulgaria is not adjacent to Greece? No, it is. Okay. So Bulgaria gives them access to Turkey beyond Syria. Like if I somehow coup them out of Syria later on in the game, then Bulgaria would be better than Yugoslavia. But Yugoslavia can be filled up. That's not... It doesn't matter unless Italy's... Yugoslavia doesn't matter unless Italy's red. So... Oh, nope. That means Bulgaria is better, not Yugoslavia. Okay. I wonder if this is too greedy. Yeah. Might be. Too greedy. I'm just going to ignore Mediterranean because Marshall's still out there and our opponent is most likely almost certainly going to be eventing independent Reds. And if I'm ignoring the Mediterranean, then all I need is Malaysia. And nah, because then Italy's still vulnerable to brush war, and I hate that. So maybe playing Olympic Games is bad, though, because Sakovs and Suez can't be used to coup Colombia. So if our opponent uses a Colombia walk, I mean, they can be used to coup Colombia, but like that would cause a lot of problems. And then I'd be forced to coup with blockade. So let's just hope our opponent doesn't walk to Colombia. Yeah, I'm feeling now that I should have spaced or... but then again, I'm not going to coup Colombia with NTB either, so probably just overthinking things. Now, I think Portugal is better than Greece as far as tear down this wall goes. Oh, sick. I wonder if I just like go to Benelux at this point. Because de Gaulle's already out. Putting one into Canada isn't going to make it so that Canada is immune. Like getting two into Canada, you could insulate against Sakovs later on in the game, but like turning off NATO or NORAD. Yeah, boy, I'm lost in the weeds right now. Might space socialist governments. Could put 2 in South Africa. I could take Philippines, you know. I think I'm just going to put 1 back into Israel. And our opponent has the China card, so we could protect against decall into China card. I like that. One thing I definitely messed up on here is keeping track of like what cards my opponent knows about, because I think you're supposed to always play known cards first to make things harder on your opponent. So by holding on to blockade, I might have messed up there. Yeah, all I'm really seeing now is like Philippines, West Germany for Willy Brandt. Like, I would hate for them to go Willy Brandt into Europe scoring. Or we can just be reactive. Yeah, so this is why you're supposed to do known cards first, because like our opponent knows that we're going to blockade next turn if they're tracking cards, and that means that, you know, they could take advantage of that information somehow. Oh, I could I'm cooing Costa Rica. That's what I'm doing with this op, yeah. Heck yeah. So let's see. Let's hope our opponent doesn't put any pressure on us here. Nope. No pressure at all.
Приветствовать недавно принятые в члены Организации Объединенных Наций государства и передать им пожелания благополучия и процветания.
Gunman? Oh no. Nuclear subs? Love that. Okay. So it looks like we're UN intervening gunmen here. I think with nuclear subs... No. Is Defector still out there? Oh, what does that matter? Don't even ask. Yeah, I feel like voice for Africa right now would be super good. Yeah, voice for Africa could be super good. Nuclear subs just like does the same thing. It attacks Africa. Voice does it way better. Missile Envy... I don't really know what Missile Envy does for us. I mean, obviously it lets us steal the coup, so we can like coup Angola or something. But like, let's look at the 4 ops. Like, for instance, we could hit NATO, right? That would be terrible. Yeah, I don't want to Missile Envy and have our opponent hand us NATO and with a cheeky grin. So. And also, like, if we Voice of America and they junta, we're not going to have the option to take out of the Americas because ours is going to happen first. So I don't feel like so maybe that is a reason to wait on Voice. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Okay. So now I'm not going to take out of Nigeria because I'm just going to coup Nigeria. And that will allow me to take out of Panama and Costa Rica. Anything else I'm missing here? I am being afforded an opportunity to get in access to North Korea again. Like, I could take 2 out of South Korea, move in the CIA before they overprotect it. That seems really not that good, though. So yeah, I think this is what we're gonna do. CIA. Okay, let's put our opponent's hand in. I will be right back. If we had Missile Envied, our opponent would have given us Alliance for Progress. So I'm glad I didn't do that. Seems like pretty rough for our opponent here. What's going to happen? Nothing really. Nothing that we can really use to apply extra pressure. So I think maybe you move into Cameroon here. I mean, you have Che, but I don't have any other Che targets. So, but yeah, I think I kind of like moving into Cameroon for my opponent. Starting some shit, as they say. Come on, Cameroon. Or what else? Yeah, I don't know. Very, very lucky that we drew you an intervention instead of our opponent. So we're grateful for that. Notably, my opponent never used special relationship to just slam the United Kingdom. I like that line. Is that like a Brian Reynolds classic? How does Sanct feel about the slamming UK with special relationships? Leave a comment, Sanct. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, we can use Missile Envy. Like, we know our opponent's hand, so we might get an opportunity to do some fun Missile Envy things. Like, yeah, once they get Alliance for Progress out of their hand, we can Missile Envy. Yes, 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 yes. I like that. Okay. In the meantime, though, we should probably coup Nicaragua. Our opponent invested 3 ops, so I don't think I'm going to use a 1-op card. But I already have a mill-op, and I hate going to 3 mill-ops unnecessarily. But I feel like protecting Panama is pretty necessary, and we have an easier time getting into Panama than they do. So we should probably take this threat seriously. So we're not going to coup with UN-intervened lone gunmen. We're going to coup with, I think, Camp David Accords, yeah. So, yeah, okay. Wow, lucky. So let's see if our opponent plays Alliance for Progress here. That would be really sweet. Because then we would either get to take Che out of their hand or event Bear Trap. So they'd probably just lose Che. Is that even that exciting, actually, now that I think about it? Wow, dang. So I think Che's going to end up going into Nicaragua here. Man, those Dolphins, I love them. They're always doing work for me. One way or another. Yeah. You won't. Okay, so if we bear trap now, they can just get rid of our man. So maybe we keep waiting. Yeah, I think that's what we should do. Man, our rolls were so lucky. So I cannot stress how lucky our rolls are, because if our rolls had actually been one higher, it would be so much better for our opponent. They could coup back, get their mill ops, probably end up with more in Nicaragua than 3. So we really had the best possible luck this turn as far as coupping Nicaragua. But sadly, I think it's time to give up Panama for the juicy options that... Yeah, just it's an opportunity cost thing. Now the real cool part is that if they don't take Costa Rica outright, we'll have a fantastic shot of brush warring Panama anyway. And I think I would rather brush war Panama than Nicaragua. Just because I'm... maybe that's wrong. No, just... as the U.S., I don't value the one-stab battlegrounds very much. I just feel like they don't last long.
Another one.
Man, can't complain about these rolls today. All right, we have been very patient, and now our patience is rewarded. Because now they have to give us Bear Trap. Oh no. Oh, this is an interaction that did not occur to me. Okay, well, yeah, I imagine many of you were screaming at your computer for the entire last turn that there's no way I was going to get an empty action around here, but oh well. And this, honestly, is why I do these practice games, you know? It's why we play it all, is we play to learn. I'm just here to learn. So Sadat will be next. Sadat will be our opponent's hold card? Do I space this? Why can't I space this? I must have already spaced. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're good. In Asia, I mean, they could flip Lao. They could flip Lao. And if they did, we'd just take Afghanistan and Philippines. Yeah, no big deal. Should we do the Columbia walk? Because, like, this creates a threat, right? This makes it harder for our opponent to coup the African battlegrounds if they coup Columbia instead. We could also crack Cuba, but that doesn't give us Zaire. I'm gonna try this. Might backfire spectacularly, but
We dare not tempt them with weakness.
I now have half as much time as my opponent. So at some point in this video, I'm just going to
Can we be certain
stop
beyond
tracking
doubt
cards, stop commentating,
that
and
they
just
will never
buckle
be
down. But I think
employed?
I have a little bit more time to ramble still. Let's do our hand. Okay, let's select a card to headline. Our opponent could have Willy Brandt. They could have... I think that's it. Up one, up a bunch, up a bunch, up a bunch. Kitchen debates would be really safe. Cuban Missile Crisis would be... Cuban Missile Crisis would feel a lot better if we had a 4-op in our hand to actually take Cuba with outright. Yeah, I think if I had a 4-op, I would definitely headline Cuban Missile Crisis. As that just, like, forks our opponent on Central versus North-South Africa. North-South America. Lads! Lads is really good when you just did the Columbia walk. Lads is really good when you just did the Columbia walk. But Kitchen Debates is more op efficient. And if we lads, our opponent just coups Zaire and doesn't sweat it. Doesn't sweat it. I would do Europe scoring, but our opponent could headline Willy Brandt. It seems like the odds of them doing that is really low. What do you think? Let's not risk it. Huh. Lads would be really good. It could be that I should be more aggressive with my opponent when I have NORAD going. Because here I don't really have too many options for a good NORAD, so I think it's just Angola. Alright, well, I'm just gonna concentrate on not losing on time now. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. I'm probably gonna turn off my mic. I kind of wanted to take Chile just in case he had Allende. I should probably be cooing Nicaragua, come to think. I definitely want to take a second battleground in Africa, I feel like. So otherwise, my opponent can coup Saharan states and turn that off. So I'll go with Sudan.
Пройдя через тяжелейшие испытания, советские люди отстояли
Let's check the status of Missile Envy. Never mind. I think I should have just used ABMs for ops there. Probably should have just used ABM for ops there. Very interesting position I've put myself in. Yes, this is why I put the guy in Sudan. Thanks so much for tuning in today, everybody. This was Josiah Emery, aka On the Mod, and we are signing out.